Good day or good evening, whatever time it is at the time you're watching this video. I am out here in the wilderness today. I'll go ahead and insert a little clip as to where exactly I am. The birds are chirping and flying around. There's lots of butterflies flying up out of the grass, and the wind is blowing very nicely. I had to take a pause in recording because I needed to give my daughter a pep talk as well, because she came running over saying that children were being mean to her on the playground, and I asked her what was going on, and basically they're just trying to steal her joy. That's about it. And I explained this to her, and I told her to go somewhere else on the playground and don't allow them to steal the joyful energy that you're in. Just walk away. They're not even worth the energy. I told her that she is better than that. Do not allow them to steal her joy. And so I feel like that might actually be part of this message today as well. I'll go ahead and tap in here. I wanted to use my Earth Alchemy Oracle cards first. But another thing that Spirit's been talking to me about this morning is the words infinite and finite, and how they sound very similar to each other, but they mean very different things, right? Because the infinite has no ending, and the finite speaks of the ending. We have crazy lace agate and sunflower. More fun, jokes, and laughter, please. Exactly. That's exactly the energy I was tapping into here as I started recording. Sunflowers also might be very significant to you as well, that big, beautiful yellow flower. And the second one that came out is diaptase and larkspur with past life healing, letting go of anger and forgiveness. That's freaking beautiful. That's exactly what I was talking about there with my daughter as well. And the energies of the message that wants to be brought through here today by Spirit. You know, the more one has fun, the more one expresses joy outwardly, the more it's going to find certain people who are not within that energy very perturbed and very irritated. And all they want to do is bring other people's joy down to the level where they're at so that they can remain comfortable. And this is the thing I was trying to explain also to my daughter as well. It's actually a very hard thing to do sometimes, is to stay within that joyful energy and knowing when to put up boundaries with people like that so that they don't end up bringing you down to their negative polarity and their negative level. And there's a certain amount of letting go that's involved with all that too, because this can quickly bring someone to anger and to frustration. And this is something that can be very hard to combat when you're abruptly interrupted within your own happiness field, to have to confront the energies of anger and despair and jealousy, really. But I digress. It is a time to play more, to laugh more, and to be more fun-loving. And it even says please on that card. It's almost as if Spirit is begging for this to happen. Crazy lace agate is a stone that also helps with this kind of energy work as well. It's like one of Earth's little cheerleaders that helps you to really ground yourself in the energy of joy. And it helps you to tune into that frequency and to see the joys all around you, even when you are confronted with negative polarities. But not only that, crazy lace agate also helps to absorb these negative energies coming through as well. And these negative polarities, they show up because they wish to distract a person from their vision of what just happiness is for them. and it becomes a distraction. And I really feel as if Spirit is bringing forth this message for the collective today. Do not allow these distractions to completely throw you off of your course here. And this is where the past life energy with this dioptase and larkspur is showing up. Because while you are able to stay within this energy field of happiness and joy and warmth, things like anger and frustration and despair will begin to melt away, and a certain amount of forgiveness can be achieved. So there's that ability to bring forth this sun-like warmth to your surroundings. Also, I wanted to add in this little bit of a nerddom for you. The sunflower is also known for being called the helianthus, and the root words of this word are Greek in origin, and the first one is helios, and the second one is anthos. Helios meaning sun, anthos meaning flower. It's a very strong flower. If you really take note of the sunflower itself, it stands very strong out of the earth. And even if the wind blows, it doesn't sway too much this way or that because it stands so strong. Its roots are strong and its stem are very strong. And the top of it is surrounded by that beautiful golden energy. And this is how I am seeing you, my friend, as well. I also wanted to mention that we have fire and we have water and we have air out here as well. So these might be very significant to you. And I'm hearing that this could have something to do with your sun, moon, and your rising signs. This beautiful card here, it talks about letting go of anger and resentment. And that is whether this anger and resentment is inherited because of holding on to things of the past, or it also refers to things that are presented to you within each and every moment. And I also love the play on words here as well with the dioptase. It literally translates to see and through. So to see through. And after I said that, I heard to see through the bullshit. So in those regards, yes, to see through the bullshit that happens on a daily basis. And not only that, but also what had been presented to you in times in the past as well, whether it's this lifetime or past lives. Because when you're able to see through it all, you're able to unstick yourself. You're able to be freed in order to be in this joyous energy. And in this regard, this crystal in particular, dioptase, she can help with things like releasing criticism and cynicism and being able to access memories, whether they're from this lifetime or the past, without having to actually relive them, if that makes sense. And that way, it's being brought to you as more of an observer standpoint rather than actually experiencing these things once again. And when you're able to open yourself up to observing and not reacting, many, many things can be learned and many, many healings can take place. And I opened the book and went to this in the book. And my eyes were pulled right to a little paragraph here, and I can see why, because even the strength of the sunflower and how strong it stands is coming through on the page for the larkspur. And it says, Larkspur calls on you to stand tall and know that you have been listened to and change is coming. Keep pushing through and you will be rewarded with happiness, success, and victory. And that's very much so what the sunflower itself brings the promise of as well. And so with what I said at the top there, with the words, infinite and finite, and how they are different from one another, and yet they sound very similar, and they move almost in a very similar path. There is infinite joy, infinite success, and infinite victory that is opening itself up to you. And the finite part about that is that that fact alone is finite, but also the ending is finite. And the ending I'm speaking of here is things from the past that have been healed, that have been made whole, and the things that you have released in order to get yourself to this point right now. What else is finite here, you say? Well, what else is finite is the change that is occurring in your life currently, and that is also infinite as well. And here we are once again, without too many cards out here on the table, but that's all we needed for today. I can feel spirit lifting and saying that is all. That is it. That is all that needed to come out here. And so I'm going to go ahead and just close this one out. I thank each and every one of you for allowing the space for these messages to occur in this day or night, whenever you're watching this. And thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more of Spirit and Sarai. And until next time, I love you. Bye.